Hi besties, I saw Haley Pham do this video, so I wanted to do this video. But essentially she took a bunch of books on her TBR and she put them all on a Goodreads shelf, and then she picked the lowest rated one and the highest rated books, and then she rated them to see her thoughts on that. So I took 7 books, some of my hopefuls for the end of the year, and then some books that I'm just interested in reading right now, and I am going to go on Goodreads. I'm going to see what is rating the highest, what is rating the lowest, and then we're going to do a reading vlog of those books and see what I rate them. And depending on how long this takes me, maybe we'll do 2 books, maybe we'll do 4 books, maybe we'll do 3 books, maybe I'll pick the one smack dab right in the middle too. Let's see based off these books though. I'm going to go on, I'm going to see. Okay, this kind of surprised me out of the 7 or 8 books I have. But Legends and Latte actually rated the highest. I'll put a screenshot here of that. So my first book up is going to be Legends and Lattes. I feel like I'm really late on this one. I know the second book just came out, or I've seen it on the shelves at Barnes. So I'm excited to read this. It's a cozy fantasy romance. I think so. But I'm gonna start reading and let you know, and we'll see how it goes. I wanted to give my initial update. I'm 37 pages in. I'm on chapter 4. I'm really loving this so far. It's giving cozy. Like, everything about it is cozy. The main character you follow is Viv. She is opening up a coffee shop in, I forget what the town is named, but they have never heard of coffee. She buys like a random stable. She has a lot of money. So she goes in, she buys this stable from this man, and she wants to turn it into a cafe with coffee. And so she hires a woodworker who makes boats, and it's just the 2 of them, and they are starting to build this cafe. And the characters I've met so far I really like. The main character is very likable. She's kind of boss-ass bitch vibes, and it's giving what it needs to give, and I'm very happy. And so far so good, and I can't wait to keep reading this. I'm actually going to read a little bit more right now, but I'll keep you updated as I go with all my thoughts. I have been reading for a bit. I am like over 100 pages, almost to 150 pages. I'm pretty much halfway, but I wanted to give a little update because I thought this aspect is really cool. So the main character is opening a cafe, and when she's opening the cafe, she starts out with just coffee and lattes, hence the name of the book, Legends and Lattes. But as her business is growing, she starts incorporating more things, and in the book, I'll have to show you, as they incorporate more things, they're like making a sign out front for like their menu. And I just think it's so cool that that's being added. So every time they add stuff new, the new sign comes out with like the new menu items and how much it costs and everything. I love that. I think that is so unique in a book. And then there was another update I wanted to give. I was reading last night. It's so funny because in this book, there's not cafes. Like, they don't know what coffee is. There's not cafes. And in this book, there is a character who comes to the cafe, doesn't buy anything. He sits in the back and works on his homework, essentially. And I just think that's so funny that that's a bizarre concept to them, when, like, for us, that's very common. Like, when I was in college, I would always go to the library or even a cafe to study and get some work done, and it just is so cozy. Like, if that doesn't give you a sense of this environment, it is so cozy. Hi guys, I finally finished Legends and Latte. It kind of took me a couple days. I just binge read the last 100% of it. I'm going to rate it 3.75. This book was really fun, cozy read, but for me it was like very average. Like, there was nothing crazy good about it, but it wasn't bad by any means. So that's why I'm rating it 3.75, which I feel like is pretty high. The Goodreads rating of it was the highest out of the 8 or 10 books I had on the TBR, so it's fitting. I didn't think it was bad at all. I really enjoyed the writing style. It's only 250 pages, so really quick read, and it definitely gives cozy, so I think it's a good winter read as well. If that's your thing, it's a fantasy romance book. It's very soft, low stakes, all the feels. But yeah, so next up for the 10 books, I'm doing the 10 same books. So the lowest rating on this list, which really surprised me, is Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie. So this is book 2 of the Addicted series, and it's the next book I think I need to read in the order that I'm reading them with. Let me know if you guys would like to see a Addicted series reading vlog, because I've only read book 1 and I'm going to be reading book 2, but I can start with this book in the series for that reading vlog. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd want to see. But yeah, so I'm going to start this one, and I will update you guys on initial thoughts when I get into it, and then update you guys along the way. This book is about... This one's only 267, so it should be another quick one. Hopefully get through this one, and then we'll see my rating based on how I like it. I want to just do a quick update on Ricochet. I am like 65 pages in. It's going really quick. But I am loving that we met Daisy in this book. We hadn't seen her yet before this book. And I also am seeing more of Rose and Connor, and I am loving them so much. The breadcrumbs that we're getting are just amazing. And the one complaint I have of this book is it's one point of view, and it's just Lily's, and you're not getting like Lo's point of view while he's at rehab, and we haven't like gotten to like see him at all. But we did get to see Reich in this book, and I did forget who he was for a minute, but I do remember now. So I'm excited to see where that goes as well with Reich. But so far, loving this book. I can't believe it's so low rated. I'm like nervous that like it's gonna end weird, or like something's gonna happen in it that like really triggers people, because I know the series is so well liked. But I will keep you guys updated as I go. Ignore the hair. I'm 61% through this book, and I just had to like search something up on Goodreads, like reviews, because the storyline between Reich and Daisy is so weird. Like, she is 15 and he's 22, and they have like the weirdest banter. Like, she is 15, stop talking to her type thing, and Daisy's just like really immature in my opinion. And so I had to like look at reviews to see if like anyone else is feeling this way, and they are. And now I understand why this book is so low rated. Like, Lily and Lo's relationship, I'm totally vibing with. You throw in Reich and Daisy's dynamic, and it's freaking weird, and I don't like it. Hi Bessies. Last night I finished Ricochet. I didn't have much videos of me reading this or like updates. I think I have a couple, but I read this in like a day, so that is why. But I was right that something happens in this book where it gets such a low rating, and I talked about this in the last clip, but I'm rating this 3 stars because the relationship banter between Reich and Daisy is just weird. Like, Daisy is 15 and Reich is 22. You see my dilemma? Like, but I know like they're together, like their books come when she turns 18. So like, it would be less weird to me if I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see how their books play out. I plan on reading their books, but I did go and scour reviews, and a lot of them rated this low because of that. So it makes sense. Everything makes sense. 3 stars. Definitely low on the scale. But I finished. I feel like it comes down to Goodreads review you can only trust sometimes. Like, I really enjoyed Legends and Lattes, but it wasn't like a 5-star read for me. But like, Ricochet was like spot on with the reviews for the most part. It's like, that makes sense. So I think for me personally, I have to take Goodread reviews with a grain of salt, and I think that's what I'm going to take from this video. But thank you guys once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. I haven't done a reading vlog yet. This is the first one I kind of did. So let me know what you liked, what you disliked, if there's anything reading vlogs you want to see. And as always, like, share. And this idea was Haley Fam. I'm gonna tag her down below in the description, but go check that one out if you have it, and I'll see you next time.